The two-character play was produced independently by the Midnight Company, and it was also included in the theatrical banquet that Carrie Houck provided St. Louis in the Tennessee Williams Festival, St. Louis. 5 days of plays and panels about the playwright who grew up here, left as soon as he could, rarely returned, yet who found those young years haunting the plays he was to write the rest of his life. The two-character play is a late play. The earliest version appeared in 1967, with revisions coming from Williams through the middle 70s. Whether the playwright was satisfied with his final version, I don't know, but few people over the years have been entirely happy with it. Many have seen its confused characters and confusing structure as more evidence, like his other late plays, of a playwright who had passed his prime and was struggling to find his way in the theater again. I'm happy that people are re-examining Williams' late plays and are finding that many of them are stage-worthy and of more substance than at first appeared. I cannot say that I am inclined to include the two-character play among them. I had a conversation with Joe Hanrahan, who produced this staging and plays one of its two characters, shortly before it opened, and he was saying that he found the play very rich, very satisfying to work on and to spend time with. Perhaps I need to spend more time with it. It is a very strange piece. The two characters are a brother and sister, a pair that haunted Williams and his work. These are actors touring lesser locations and now isolated in a decrepit theater in a place the stage directions call the Boondocks. The rest of the company has declared that the brother and sister are crazy and has abandoned them. But they seem to have an audience expecting to be entertained, so they try to perform a piece the brother has written. It's called The Two-Character Play. It's about a brother and sister who are isolated in the decaying southern mansion where they grew up and where something terrible happened to their mother and father, as they remember it. The distinction between the brothers' play and their real lives is not always clear to them, or to us. That can make it hard not only to follow what is going on, but to get emotionally and intellectually attached to what is going on. Williams, it seems to me, was always interested in exploring the state of being in which his characters existed. This can be fascinating, but not necessarily dramatic. In his successful plays, he found a dramatic story to hang these characters and their existential state on. The two-character play lacks such a story. At the time of writing the two-character play, Williams expressed interest in new directions in theater coming from such writers as Beckett and Pinter. Both Beckett and Pinter are famous for their pauses and their lean dialogue. Williams' dialogue was not famous for pauses and being lean. He still writes like Williams in the two-character play, which is good, and bad if you're trying to explore the possibilities opened by Beckett and Pinter. I gather that many actors playing this play have gone all out on its eccentricities and melodramatic possibilities. I am happy to say that Hanrahan and Michelle Hand and Sarah Whitney, their director, have not. They have not missed the dramatic possibilities in the script, but they have not distorted them. Mark Wilson's set and lights, Liz Henning's costumes, and Jimmy Bernowitz's sound design provide the right environment. They made this valuable contribution in the old Mummers Theater in the former Wednesday Club, where some of Williams' earliest plays were performed. It's musty now, but it seems to be a fine performance space. I hope it will get more use.
I do too, and it was really very fortunate to see this play in the context of the entire festival, where it was we could think about it as more than just itself.
Yeah, with all of the other Williams plays we were seeing.
Hey, thanks for watching. Click here to subscribe and check us out on Facebook. The link is below.